Cheers, SJ. Two guys pining in the wings. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Grant Baker here. How's it going? Thought I'd take the opportunity of having a different intro. Cheers, Grant, for the lent of the hat and the comfy seat. This is actually quite a comfy seat. I can so see how you can sit here and drink copious amounts of beer and review them. Weekend just gone. I shot around Grant Baker's for a barbecue and to share a mead. This mead. This little mead by SJPORR. SJPORR himself, Little Face Brewing, the Blood of the Viking. This is the raspberry mead that was bottled back on the 26th of the 11th, 2013. It nearly lasted a year in the bottle. And I believe this is one of the final bottles of this particular vintage. Whew. Boy, it was good. Let's cut this out of that footage. Thank you. Cheers, brother. Wow. How are you doing? How are you? Thanks, Rob. Cheers, SJ.
Raspberry bourbon. Wow.
Raspberry bourbon.
You can actually feel a burn on your lips. That is impressive. Holy moly.
Smell the alcohol in this though.
Oh yeah, it doesn't hide, it doesn't need to.
I wonder how much a cab from Stokes Road at home is going to be.
Eh?
I wonder how much a cab's going to cost me.
Oh no, don't worry about that.
Oh. God, that's smooth.
That is stunning. Wow.
The other way it sticks to the side of the glass.
It does. It's just incredible. They're so sweet still. It's just, it's a good burn down the back. Then it comes up. Holy shit, is it? Amazing, amazing. And thank you for bringing this back. It's
No worries at all. Cheers to SJ for giving me the last bottle of his Vikings Blood. He's brewed another batch, but there's going to be another year before it goes along. I think Uncle Jonah's got one in the UK that he's meant to be passing on to Zippy and have with Zippy and Chris.
Right.
And that Kevin took over when Kevin went over. But
okay.
so that's still saved in Uncle Jonah's fridge.
It's so easy to drink, hey? That's fucking scary.
You think that's easy to drink? You should try. You should try. See, it worked already. You should try the 23% cider.
Oh, mate.
And then the moonshine.
Everything's gone bright.
Drink.
Colourblind.
Oh, fuck.
But the raspberries are still there. They're so there.
There's heaps of raspberry in it.
Wow.
Mate, I'm sold on mead now.
Raspberry mead. What? Raspberry mead. Give it a go. God.
It's good, photo.
It's good photo. Don't have you used tone college as well.
No, hi, mate.
That's it.
I did, however, save a small sample of Vikings Blood. Yum. Oh, yum. I saved it so the wife could try it. She tasted it and she went, oh, it's like drinking vodka straight. I don't know what she's talking about. Nectar of the gods, really. I've got some chocolate. I'm going to go get some of this chocolate and send it out in one of my next beer shipments, giveaways, because this is Wellington Chocolate Factory and it's called Craft Beer Bar. Haven't tasted it yet, looking forward to tasting it. The Wellington Chocolate Factory. We make our chocolate from freshly roasted, stone ground, organic, ethically traded cocoa beans. House blended cocoa with Nelson Sauvin flowers and Gladfield's toffee malt. So this is beer chocolate. Yum! What could be better than beer chocolate? other than beer, obviously. Sam from Auckland sent me some beers. They arrived today. This is his US Pale Ale at 6.8% and his New Zealand Pale Ale at 5.8%. Cheers! He just contacted me through Facebook. These have been brewed on the grain farmer. So these are a couple of the beers that he's brewed on his grain farmer. And he wanted me to try them, and we're just going to do a beer swap. I'll fire some beers up to him and he try my beers and I try his beers. So I got them today. They're both bottle conditioned, so they're going to go in the fridge. Go in the fridge right now, actually. Speaking of fridges, I have finally retired one of the old fridges and replaced it with this fridge. A while back, a lot of you would have remembered me rebuilding this bar fridge that I picked up for $0 because it wasn't working. Well, it's working now, apart from the fact that I've just turned it off because it's a noisy bloody thing and I can't video while it's going because it's too noisy. But I rebuilt all of the baffles and the fan housings and put a temperature controller in and stuff like that, and repainted the whole thing and put a collar all the way around the edge of it to bring the door out a bit more, because the conical fermenter's temperature probe, well, the pretty little aesthetic temperature probe, sort of sticks out quite a bit, and I just wanted a bit more room in there, so I did. I built it out. Been fluffing around for a while with it. It's been sitting outside. Finally, this last weekend, I managed to carry it in. It's bloody heavy, so I got my father-in-law to give me a hand, and this right here, all the pictures on it, was just too low. See? There wasn't a lot of room to tilt, so it's bloody difficult to get in here. But we managed to get it in here, so it's in here to stay. Oh, speaking of beers, here's some more beers. Some of these are going to the SJPORR top 3 winners in New Zealand, but these are from Brian in France. Now, Brian Marati, instead of sending the 3 beers that were needed for the swap, he sent 6. So, I've got 3 spare. Obviously the best thing to do is to give them to 4th, 5th and 6th place holders in the New Zealand SJPORR Challenge. So that would be Paul Finney coming in 4th, Paul Wicksteed, oh that's me, coming in 5th, and who else? Who was the 6th place? Sam Ryan. So Paul Finney and Sam Ryan, I'll get one of these beers from Brian Marati from France, who was in the top 3 of the EU side of the SJPORR Challenge, and I'll get them in a courier courier box, because a bag would be quite foolish to put a bottle of beer in, courier box, and file them down here. What else has been going on? Best of Belgium Hut Brewer competition. We've got a new competition in the wings for the Hut Brewer Facebook group, and it's to do a Belgian beer under 6%. It can be a Flanders Red or a Sours, the Kriegs, the Lambics. I'm going to do a Berliner Weiss, and the competition ends in January, so that's 8 weeks. So I'm going to fast track a sour beer, my Berliner Weiss. I'm going to do a sour mash. Has anybody done a sour mash? Anybody got any tips on how to do a sour mash? I've read up a little bit about it, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, that doesn't sound too bad. Pretty much increasing the amount of acidulated malt that is in the mash, and letting the mash sit at a set temperature for 72 hours. Pretty much just letting it fester and sour up and create the sour notes that normally you would be getting from the bacteria and the bugs that you add in the fermenter, but instead you get those sour notes in the mash. And then you just give it a quick boil, 15 to 30 minute quick boil, and just pitch USO 5, USO 4, you know, something like that, just a normal yeast, just to help it ferment out. And yeah, see how it goes. Because brewing a sour for a competition that needs to be finished in a little bit over 2 months over the Christmas period. Ooh, that would be a challenge. So I think a sour mash is in order. So if anybody has done a sour mash before, can point me to any tips or anything that they found out about, I'll be keen to find out. I will attempt to record my sour mash brew day. It's probably not going to be this weekend, it's probably going to be next weekend. So yeah, see how that goes. But anyway, that's enough from me. Let's see if I can get this video edited, trimmed and put up onto the old YouTubery tonight, seeing it's Wednesday. So cheers, have yourself another one. Oh, SJPORR challenge. Final beers for the US shipped today from New Zealand. A lot of the top 3 people have their beers now around the world. We had a hold up in customs in the US for the New Zealand beers, and in customs in Canada for the US for the New Zealand beers going to Canada because of bottle leaks. Dodgy cap, bottle leaked a little bit. Customs officer smelt the beer and went, "Hey up, this isn't a yeast sample, this is beer." No. Send it back. One of the perils, one of the bad lucks of shipping, I guess. You spring a leak, it's a dead giveaway that it's not stuffed toys or antiqued glass bottles or yeast samples. So I sent a single package over to one of the top 3, Rick in Texas, and that went through customs and it survived the trip. So the other 2 packages have gone to the US for Brad and for Nate, leaving Canada just to sort out. Now unfortunately the funds are a bit low to get the Canadian beers there, but we're going to see what we can do to see if at least the top person can get the top 3 beers from New Zealand into their swag, because we had those 2 shipments that cost $380 all up of wasted shipping money. Anyway, we have 1 out of the 180 beers that needs to be rated for the worldwide final of the SJPORR Challenge 2014. So 1's done, 179 to go. Now obviously there will be some bottles missing, some bottles that didn't make it. New Zealand, we got our French beers yesterday. The only beers that we're waiting on now are the Canadian beers, which are on a ship. Instead of email, they're on a ship, so they'll be a little bit later turning up, but it's okay because we can ship out the beers for people to start to taste. Grant's already got his, Dan's got his. Nathan, your beers will be on the way to you by the end of this week. Exciting stuff. And next week there is a gold sponsors evening in New Zealand to thank the gold sponsors. So there will be some video of that as well. And I'm going to line up all 33 of the beers that participated in the SJPORR Challenge 2014 on the New Zealand League for some of the sponsors to taste and get their feedback. See what they think of what New Zealand can brew. Cheers! Have yourself another.